Hey everybody, welcome to Game Tapes, the show where we break down film of UMass games and talk about what went right or wrong on certain plays. I'm Colin, and today we're going to be looking at the UMass Hockey game that happened against BU on Tuesday, January 25th. So here we go. This first goal by BU is just a nice give and go by Logan Cockrell. He sends the puck inside to draw defenders, and then he gets it right back for a really clean shot on goal. Matt Murray didn't really have a chance to stop this shot. He was wicked out of position from the puck movement by the Terriers there. And you can see both Lyndon Alger and Ryan Ufko are playing the same person. Ufko comes back from behind the boards, and Alger slides down. Alger also didn't get his stick in a passing lane, which was a big reason why they were able to make that cross-ice pass. And just a little mistake that BU really capitalized on early. This second goal came from Scott Morrow being a little bit too aggressive in the neutral zone. He got caught too far up trying to play the puck, and BU sent a long stretch pass up the ice to catch Ufko in a 2-on-1. And from there, it was just really good shot placement to beat Matt Murray. But if you're UMass, you can't let up these odd man rushes and expect Murray to make the save every time, even though he's come up pretty huge in the past. Moore's offense has been really valuable this year, and his aggressive play style has worked out pretty well. But part of the growing pains of being a freshman defenseman is figuring out when to stay low and when to get back in the defensive zone. And I think this is a case where UMass would have been better suited had he just hauled back up the ice to try and stop this break before it happened. BU's fourth goal of the game was another example of small mistakes making a pretty big difference. UMass lost a puck battle in front of the boards. BU batted a pass over to Evan Phillips, and Phillips made one little move to beat Ty Farmer to get a clean shot and a goal. That play was really more on Matt Murray than anybody else, to be honest with you. The shot was from the top of the circle. Murray had a pretty clean crease in front of him. He wasn't really screened, just let up the goal, and he was pulled after that. It wasn't really his night. Just having a tough time, but even though the defense wasn't playing well in front of him, he still has to be able to make saves like this, especially as UMass gears up towards the postseason. Here's a great example of UMass defenders making a positive impact in the offensive zone. Matt Kessel starts this breakout on the power play. He carried the puck all the way into the zone, got some attention from the BU defenders, and then dipped it off to Anthony Delgaizo. And Delgaizo just had a clean finish here. And since Kessel's so dangerous in the offensive zone, he drew 3 Terriers to him, which really opened up some space for Delgaizo, and that was a huge, subtle play to start the scoring for UMass there. Coach Carvel relies on his defenders a lot to make good offensive plays, and Matthew Kessel has really been the best at that since he got to UMass, really. So it was key to see him in this game to really step up in the offensive zone, too. This second goal is just Bobby being Bobby. He found a way to get behind the defense there, and on a breakaway, that's your captain. He's one of the best offensive players UMass has, and he showed why he's so capable in the offensive zone. Made that 2 goals happen really, really fast, and that was really key for UMass in the second period. Unfortunate goal given up here by the Minutemen. A few different things could have prevented this score, but instead they didn't happen. First, Bollinger allowed Cockrell to work inside too much. Ideally, he seals that play off much better. Then Cockrell gets a shot off that probably could have been saved by Pavicic. I can't tell if it bounced off Oliver McDonald, and if it did, then that's pretty poor timing. But either way, this was a relatively soft goal, all things considered, and it put UMass back in a 3-goal deficit, which was bad. This UMass goal was really encouraging to see. Even though the Minutemen didn't win the puck battle behind the net, they forced enough pressure on BU to cause a turnover. And then Scott Morrow makes a really good read here to take that shot from the point. He saw the bodies in front, knew there was a chance for a screen or a deflection, so he fired it on net, and it happened to go in cleanly. Earlier I talked about him being too aggressive or not knowing when to be aggressive and when not to be, but this was an example of one of the many times where he did make the right decision. He chose to be aggressive, kept the play alive, and it resulted in a good goal. And that next goal by UMass was achieved in the same way, getting pucks to the net and just seeing what happens, really. Kessel again was leading this offensive attack, and I think he did a really good job of that all night long. He just took that wrist shot from the blue line that he does so often and tried to get the puck in on a screen or hit a stick or something like that. And it did hit a few different things before it found its way to the back of the net. But apparently Kessel was credited with the goal, and he deserved it for making that play happen. The strong net presence in front on opposing goalies has always been a key to the success for the Minutemen, so even though that did make a few funky bounces, it's hard to call the goal a fluke because UMass was attacking the net so well. UMass has to keep pitching tents on the crease like this and set up camp there with at least one person, I think, in the future. Josh Pina, Anthony Delgaizo, Eric Faith, and Lucas Mercury, they're all capable of doing that kind of thing. And when they keep fighting in front, it usually pays dividends for the UMass offense. especially like it did on Matt Kessel's goal and even Scott Morrow's goal before that. Overall, the game wasn't as bad as the first period made it seem like it would be. The offense scored 4 goals and had quality chances to generate even more. It just couldn't get a tying one past Drew Comesso. But the scoring volume will need to continue until the Minutemen defense finds more consistency and gives up less odd man rushes. The defense has carried the load for UMass for years, and now it's time, in my opinion, for the offense to shoulder a heavier load while the D gets back to being one of the best groups in the country that it has been in the past. Anyways, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching the first episode of Game Tapes, and hopefully we're making more of these very, very soon.